So, we are on day 4 of the pre-order beta, and so far I am having an absolute blast. This game is so much fucking fun. I am having way more fun than I thought I would. I was on the fence for a while, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to pull the trigger or maybe wait for a sale, but man, I am so glad I did. While we had some issues at the start with just various performance issues, the game was crashing a lot. I was stuck and I wasn't making a ton of progress. We managed to get that resolved, and the game is now running pretty smoothly overall. Essentially, I went from having one crash every 20 to 30 minutes to one crash a day. So it made a massive difference, and I'm finally able to make some progress. I'm able to level up. I'm able to unlock and get further into my build, unlock more perks, unlock more weapons, better weapons. And so the fun level is just going up. We are having an absolute blast. And really one of the reasons why I actually chose to play the Zealot class is because they're one of the only two classes that has access to the two-handed chainswords. Now, let me just say, I'm a relative noob to the 40k universe, but one of the things that I absolutely love, call me basic, whatever you want, but it is what it is, I love chain swords. I think they are one of the coolest fictional weapons that have ever been designed. I cannot wait to get my hands on one. You get just a little taste of what they are and how they work in basic training, but I have not yet got my hands on one in the actual game yet. But soon I'll get my hands on them. But that's a great segue into why I actually wanted to choose this particular mission, is that I had just gotten my hands on the Flamethrower. This is my first time trying it out. This is the other unique weapon, or the weapon that's unique to the Zealot class. And I was so excited, and I mean, just look at this! Oh! Just like that scene of Guardians when Drax throws the rifle to Raccoon, and it's just like, oh, yeah. It just feels so fucking good. It is probably one of the best flamethrowers that I've ever used in an F-person shooter. So the first mode is without aiming, when you're just firing from the hip. You actually cannot shoot a sustained burst of flame. How it works is you just shoot out just a little puff, a little whiff, which will pretty much set the enemy on fire and pretty much stop them in their track. It has a really cool stun effect, so it's pretty effective. But if you really want to shoot a sustained set of fire, like if there is a horde in front of you or something that you just want to lay waste to all of them, then what you have to do is essentially hold down the right mouse button, and that essentially brings up the ability, the gun to the aiming mode, and then from there you can just spray and pray, and the effects are fucking awesome. So yeah, so much fun. I was like, this is a great mission to actually upload. Let's do some commentary. Oh, here we go. Let's go. Oh man, but that's the problem, is that it does take a second to actually set up and get ready to shoot. And yeah, hey, these guys don't hold back. These guys are going to be on your ass. And now this is interesting too, because I need to see, it does not look like you can actually set the special infected or the special enemies. I'm still using Left 4 Dead terms. I don't know actually what they're called in Darktide, but I'm not 100% sure if you can actually set them on fire, or like what the damage over time is for those larger enemies. So it might be less effective on larger enemies and maybe just really good against like horde enemies, but on a mission like this, like, it's actually perfect. Now that being said, actually one of the things I did want to mention is that this is the Assassination mission on Dreyko, and this is Uprising difficulty, which is the second of 5 difficulties, and at the time of recording I'm about level 13, level 14. So the difficulties above that, which I can't recall off the top of my head at the moment. The difficulty 3 is actually quite a big jump from this. Like 1 is pretty basic, it's sort of like walking in the park. 2 is relatively easy. In some cases it can be hard, but like really once you get like to level 4, level 5, like it's pretty straightforward. It's very rare. Like things have to go very wrong for you and your squad to die. But man, on mission difficulty 3, excuse me, like, oh my god, you really have to have your shit together. You have to have a reliable team. You have to have really good gear. So yeah, it makes a pretty big difference. Yeah, overall, I do have to say that I've been really enjoying the hell out of playing the Zealot. I think it's a really cool class. Their ability is really cool. Just being up front and center, like just high DPS, high melee damage. I feel like, especially now that I'm starting to get more of her perks, there's a lot of flexibility in terms of the type of build that you can build, and you are just an absolute unit at close range. You run into a special infected and you pop your ability and you are just an unstoppable machine. Even some of the larger guys like the Ogrins that are in tanks or the mutants, I love the fact that if a Pox Hound is charging you and you actually counter charge with your ability, you'll stop them right in your tracks, and it's just, oh, case in point, perfect. You pop your ability and 2 hits and they just go down. And that's really cool too, is it gives you added durability against long range shots, and that's actually a game changer, because a lot of the times, especially with a build like this where I'm using 2 relatively close range weapons, I mean the Flamethrower has a bit of range to it, but it's no las gun and it's no auto gun. And there's a lot of times where you can actually get pinned down because of the fact that you just can't get close enough. You're trying to get close a distance and you're just getting shot. And you really just have to rely on your teammate to just take out some of the gunners, or at least take some of the aggro so you can actually move in. But overall, like, the beta itself, well, I mean, of course, once I get over the performance issues, like, it has been great. Like, it's a really popular game. There's a ton of people that are online. I've had no issues getting games. It's just awesome. So, trying to just help our servitor a little bit. Oh, and I got a little trigger happy there. Bang, bang, and bang, clean. Yeah, I like how they've added these mini games so you're a little bit more involved, and you're not just like passively waiting. Like there's almost like a puzzle component. It actually reminds me a little bit of Helldivers, which is some of the objective-based combat. Oh, here we go. This is one of the things that I really love about this game, is that the movement is extremely clean, extremely crisp, very responsive. There's so many times where you can just, you know, really control your spacing, your movement. There's a lot of stuff that you can actually dodge if your movement is good enough, just because of how the dodges works. The fact that you can dodge and then slide in combination in very quick succession, I'm convinced that you can either break enemy lock-ons, or there might even be some invincibility frames with your dodges. I'd be curious to see the frame data on that, because there's stuff. The guy that actually just got shot with the electrified neck there, the trapper, there was actually a time, and I was not recording, and I'm so angry at myself, but he literally came up, he shot his net, and I matrix dodged out of the fucking way with a side dodge. It was side dodge into a slide, and it was so clean, and you know, he's just left there standing like an absolute tool, and just take him out. Easy kill, easy kill. But it's stuff like that that really makes this game so much fun, especially when you're one of the more mobile classes like the Preacher. There's so many things you can do. But this Flamethrower, bro, oh my goodness. I was having so much fun. It does take a little bit of time to set up, but oh my god, once you get it set up. Oh, I thought for a second that was a KS. Unfortunately, that does happen a lot in this game, but it is what it is. Yeah, I was trying to test the range there. I wanted to see if, because it does actually have quite a bit of range, actually. I was surprised. I thought, I definitely think it wouldn't go as far as it would. Oh, here we go. This is perfect. That's what you want to use it for. And then, of course, the grenade just for added touch. That's the other thing. Like, the fact that the Preacher gets 3 grenades is really, really nice. And the stun grenades, like, they impact the special infected as well. Yeah, just a little quick spurt. So that's the primary fire, without actually, you know, bringing it into the aim mode. So when you're just firing from the hip and it just shoots that little whiff, it's actually quite effective because it can stun enemies and it will set them on fire, which I'm assuming does damage over time. It definitely stuns them though, because if they're charging at you, it's just a nice little way. Oh, there you go. Schmovement. That little back dodge just to create a little bit of extra space, finish reloading, and then get the shot on. And of course, just excuse me here. So you'll notice that this is one of the missions where we actually have a secondary objective where we're trying to find the 3 scriptures. And this is, I think, the first mission where we actually successfully accomplished it. There's been missions in the past. So let me digress. There's 2 types of secondary objectives. There's find the scriptures, which are basically like little books that are hidden around the map, and they can legit be hidden everywhere. They are actually really tricky to find, and especially in the heart of battle. Like, you're trying to do your objectives, you're trying to be mindful of like how quickly you're moving through. You can't just sit still in this game and sit idle. Like, for anyone who's played Left 4 Dead, the last thing you want to be doing in the game is just sitting still. You always need to be moving forward because the game is just going to throw all kinds of enemies at you. There was a little bit of a bad play from me. Definitely misplayed that situation. I wasn't ready to actually bring my gun forward, and I charged way too close to even be able to effectively shoot the flamethrower there. That's pretty much par for the course for a new game, and especially with quad-based games, you're going to get yourself in trouble, and that's the whole idea of having the team behind you. Now, notice interesting, that just actually speaks to the gunplay and the quality of the gunplay in this game, actually, is that you'll notice that I shot the flamethrower in the general direction, but because, or it might be that these guys, maybe they have like flame retardant like clothes or something, because like I was like, he's wearing like a bathrobe or something and I can't set this guy on fire. So not sure if it's maybe some pre-order beta glitches or something like that, but in any case, here we go, searching for so we have the second of the 3 scriptures, and the other type of secondary objective that you can find are these things called grimoires, and I actually can't speak to what they are because I actually haven't even found a single one yet. And you can see there, not playing with voice chat, actually. I was actually playing this from my standing desk, so I was, half the room away. Oh no, and then I got caught by the trapper here. We had 2 of the 3 of them already, and I wanted to actually try and get the secondary objective because you do get a little bit more gold or cash or whatever the monetary system is in this game. I think it's gold. It's pretty standard. Oh, just look at that. Just a flamethrower just completely laid waste, and then activate the ability. Got like 3 or 4 guys over here. And so I have an ammo crate. That was a health crate back there, so I'm just actually gonna drop that. The thing with these secondary objectives is that you don't just find them, like they actually take up space in your inventory, which is a really interesting way of doing it. So yeah, just chatting with the team here and just really emphasizing that, hey, I'm invested in getting this objective. So as soon as we find, or if someone else finds that 3rd scripture, just to let me know, because I'm absolutely willing to carry it. As I said, you do get additional gold and a little bit more experience, and that is definitely one of the downsides of the game. Like, once you're sort of hit like the high single digits, so like 8, 9, 10, and even to a degree into the low teens, and even where I am right now, like this is difficulty 2, and as I was saying before, difficulty 3 is actually quite a big jump. I feel like at probably like level 20, 25, you're like too high for it. But right now at like level 14, 15, you're too low for it. It's, unless you get lucky and you're with a really good squad or you can get carried, it can be really overwhelming. They throw just a lot of special infected at you, and it's quite challenging. It's quite good. And I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I was reading actually some information on the website, and they're saying that the bulk of your time will probably be spent on difficulty 3, and 4 and 5 are really for the upper echelons, like really once you're getting high into your build and high into the weapons and equipment that you're using. And they say like even, oh, and there it is. There's the last one. Like literally, they're so well hidden, and to their credit, so to Fat Shark's credit, like, they did a really good job with the randomization, but you really have to spend a lot of time looking for these things, exploring the map to try and find them, and even then, you could see how easy it is to miss. And I'm trying to think, oh, my ability's on cooldown, and so I'm just at the mercy of my team here. Again, I shouldn't have charged in. That was a mistake on my part. I wasn't actually aware, a little bit of a lack of awareness in terms of whether my ability was on, I shouldn't have charged knowing that my ability was on cooldown, but of course, I didn't actually realize that when I charged in. But hey, one thing at a time. And that's actually one of the great things about reviewing about this. You can see your mistakes and see opportunities for improvement, just like reviewing fighting game replays. But overall, so far, so good. I think I went down just the one time, and overall the team's healthy. And yeah, I'm about 2/3 health here, but I'm not worried about that in the least. As the Preacher, you're pretty much front and center as the melee build. Like, you're just DPS, especially with your ability, is just so high. So you're pretty much just front and center the majority of the time anyway. So I'm expecting to actually take quite a bit of the damage, quite a bit of the aggro. Like, that's really what I want while I'm playing. And that's really where I can provide the most value to the team. But you can see, oh yeah, we have an incoming Horde. So bust out the grenade. Where's the flamethrower? Where's the flamethrower, Broly? Oh, it's so good. Oh. This gun fucking slaps. Just cue the Rocket Raccoon again and just, oh yeah, let's go. Fucking A, man. Oh, this game is so good. Oh, and is this where I got the double kill on the Foxhound? I almost took the one out. Oh, just took that in the face. Way to go, Broly. Way to be aware of my surroundings. But I love, like, again, look at the aggro. I literally just had both Foxhounds coming after me, and then I had the Suicider? I have no idea what those things are called. I will learn eventually. It took me forever just to learn. There's only like 5 levels, and it took me so long to use them. But yeah, so there was a bunch of equipment actually in there, but it's all stuff that you have to carry, and unfortunately in order to do that I would have to drop the scripture and then we would fail the objective. So it's very committal. Like, if you want to go for it, you have to sacrifice one less item in your inventory. So you either have to carry the Grimoire or carry the scripture to accomplish the objective, or you just have to leave it behind and then you can carry one of the deployables, like what my teammate is actually holding in his hand there. Yeah, there it is right there. So it's literally just a physical item in your inventory. But we're pretty much at the final boss. This is an assassination objective, as I was saying. So here is our primary objective. We essentially, he's coming in, or I guess he's being transported throughout the city on a train. So we actually divert his train to this location so that we can hunt him down and take him down. And one thing I was noticing, I wanted to see how effective my flamethrower is against him, and it does absolute dog shit. It's so good to know. It does almost nothing to his shield. I don't think it's doing anything against his shield. And when he was, so basically how this works is you take off his shield and then he sort of gets staggered. He goes into a kneeling state. But really, this is where the value is of that flamethrower. And really, at the end of the day, my main point of damage, where I'm going to be getting my most or my highest DPS, is going to be melee. So you know what, nothing, no harm, no foul. And look at that, he just fucking exploded. Oh my god, this is a great team. Like, I've noticed that there's really like certain things that you really want to have on your team. Like, you don't necessarily have to have all like one of each of the 4 classes on your team. But there are certain things that make your life so much easier, and one of them is an Ogryn with a grenade launcher. Having an Ogryn with a grenade launcher, like this guy, you can see he's got the grenade launcher gun on his arm. And oh, look at me just going ham, just spraying all over the place. Like, it just feels good, it looks good. Shoutouts to Fat Shark, you guys have made an absolutely phenomenal game. I'm having so much fucking fun, and this is just the goddamn pre-order beta. It's not even the full game. I played this game for 22 hours according to Steam. Now mind you, that was with some headaches, but overall it's been so much fun. I'm loving the RPG elements, the grind, the leveling up, just progression, the guns, the gunplay, the movement. There are so many good things to say about this game, and I cannot wait. Anyway, we finished the mission success. The flamethrower fucking slaps. Thanks so much for watching. Stay awesome. Catch you next time.
Don't you dare say it! Jackpot!